I could have like 5 people on top of the folks that are looking at the email trying to go through all of the information. I've had famous musicians, movie stars, when they finally get a hold of us, say, I've been emailing you for 2 years. I had my manager try to get in touch with you for 6 months. You were hard to get a hold of. And I just can't think of how many lost opportunities of interesting people and folks we could have had on. And it's not that I don't care about celebrity. It's just that I'm so into my own research and what I'm doing that I don't even really realize the power of celebrity consciously. I mean, I realize it, but I don't even try to follow those leads now or even try to get all the famous people on the show. Every week I get contacted by some famous person, or I'm given their phone number, and I don't even tend to call them, because then you got to call them and play phone tag, and then you get them on and they tell you you're great. You tell them they're great. And a lot of times they just want you to know that they appreciate what you're doing. Hey, I love everybody, so there's really no need to even contact me. I mean, you know, I got it. I mean, I'm just, but the point about celebrities, whether they're famous writers or movie stars or sports people, is it does give you an idea how many people are awake. I mean, if I was contacted by Kurt Vonnegut and he sent me some artwork he did and said, for you, Alex, and then just said, well, I don't want to come on the show, but I want you to know I appreciate what you're doing. I mean, I read a lot of Kurt Vonnegut books. That's a great mind. Parents are big fans of him. That's really cool. But then he's like, no, I'm too old, I'm done. I'm giving one more speech and I'll never speak again. And he gave a speech at his university, and 6 months later fell, hit his head, and died. It was, and I didn't pressure. I didn't try, oh, please, come on, Kurt Vonnegut, please. You know, come on. You know, since I moved, that isn't even out of the box, my Kurt Vonnegut lithograph of a bird cage open with the birds flown away. Symbol of freedom. It's actually was used in the French Revolution as a symbol of freedom. But it means I'm not in the box. It means I'm not caged. And I'm not bragging about the Kurt Vonnegut thing. It's just that, guys, if you Google Alex Jones, Kurt Vonnegut art, it's a Prison Planet article. It was also posted on Jones Report. You can see a scan of the lithograph. And if you don't know who Kurt Vonnegut is, he wrote a lot of great satire on the police state and on corruption and on governments and on elites, and wrote a lot of dystopic science fiction stuff. Very, very interesting person. Yeah, here it is. We'll put it up. Yeah, there it is. For Alex. And it's Kurt Vonnegut drew a picture of himself, and then signed his signature, making the eye in his hair. And then there is the one-of-a-kind lithograph. Very cool. Vonnegut was no stranger to the methods of dictators. He fought in World War II, was a prisoner of war, and then bombed. That's what Slaughterhouse-Five's about. Side issue. I said I'd take calls, and I'm digressing. Linda in Texas. Linda, welcome, and thank you for holding.
Thank you, Alex. For years, you've been speaking out against fluoride. So about 3 years ago, some of us in Austin, your hometown, started Fluoride-Free Austin. And we have battled and battled and battled city council. The bigger the cities, the harder they fall. But we want to encourage people. In little towns, Lago Vista has banned fluoride.
Calgary's done it. That big county that Tampa's in, 1 million people, they've removed it because the feds are striking back at the state level. As you know, Arkansas and now also New Jersey have passed laws saying you will drink fluoride by law. So before, they would just lobby and get cities to buy it and put it in the water, for those that don't know, and the hundreds of other chemicals that are in it. I think it's time to start suing the smiley face mayor and other smiley faces that laugh at the medical doctors and toxicologists and top professors you've brought in to Austin. I mean, they're assaulting us, and it'll come out in the court hearing that there's all these other heavy metals and stuff in the toxic waste they call fluoride, and then that'll force it all out. I mean, look, that's not even aggressive enough. They're assaulting us and force medicating us, and every time the scumbag city council laughs at you, it makes me want to throw up. I've seen it on the local cable. and it's disgusting. They are just pigs.
Is that cities all over the United States this weekend, your listeners can go do a little research. Go to Dr. Paul Conant's website, Fluoride Action Network. Go to Fluoride Free Austin. Go to Fluoride Free Fairbanks. They just got rid of their fluoride. And do a little research. And then all the listeners, go to your city council, call your water utility office, and ask them, do you put fluoride in our water? Because this is about freedom from being force medicated.
I hear you, and I appreciate your call. I cover fluoride every week. All I can say is, if I went to the city council while they were in recess and walked up to the mayor or other city council people and put a teaspoon or even a thimbleful, a couple grams of what they put in the water supply, in their coffee, tea, water, whatever it was, I would be arrested and indicted for poisoning them with an intent to kill, with a deadly poison. It is listed as one of the most deadly poisons, and it gets worse. It's not just sodium fluoride. That a few grams of pure sodium fluoride will kill an adult human. It will kill you. That's why they say on the toothpaste, don't swallow this. I mean, it's a joke. But on average, it's over 200 chemicals, as you can look at the reports, even from the EPA. Some of them have as many as 350 plus chemicals, lead, mercury, arsenic. But because they call it a medical additive and we contract to buy it, it's suddenly legal? No, it's not. I saw an article today where the House passes a bill making it illegal to insider trade. In the Congress, it's already illegal. I've read the laws. They're not exempt. When they got caught, they came out and said, we're exempt. And the new law they're trying to pass actually opens it up to where they can do a lot of different types of insider trading. See, when they get caught torturing, they say, oh, we're allowed to torture. No, it's not. It's illegal. So they try to pass a law saying, well, now we can torture. But they sold the bill as anti-torture bill that actually allows torture. They get caught spying on you without warrants. It's illegal. Oh, we're going to pass a bill stopping this. The bill actually lets them do it. These are criminals, and they are putting poison in your water. And again, hypothetically, if you or I or anybody else tried to make the mayor of wherever you live drink the fluoride they're making us drink, we'd go to jail. And we don't need to make it illegal. There's no law. The city, going back to the late 40s when they had all this extra toxic waste from nuclear weapons production, aluminum production, and sulfur mining, the fertilizer mining industry, they cannot put that on the crops because it kills them. So whatever they have left at the uranium mines, because the same place they get the fertilizer stuff out of the limestone, they put it in your water. I mean, who can make this up? And scientists go before the Austin Council, and they sit up there like the giant bags of treasonous maggots that they are and laugh at people. Because again, if one card gets pulled out of the house of cards, it all comes down. If they did admit, yeah, this is crazy. We pay $1 million+ a year. We've got the city contracts to put this in the water in my town and your town, and the hoax would just come down. The giant hoax would just come down. I mean, I remember about 15 years ago, I remember reading this and I didn't believe it. And then I went and found the Pulitzer Prize-winning book. And I went and I dug it up and found it was true that the Soviets, by the 20s, were putting fluoride in the water at the camps to make people docile. And then the Nazis did it. I mean, they really did it. And at Nuremberg, they learned about that and thought, this is great for our population. Did you know the 1968 Gun Control Act, Senator Dodd at the time, not the current Dodd, the previous Dodd, you can look this up, took the Nazi Gun Control Act, it's actually Weimar Republic, the Nazis expanded it, and just changed a few words and passed that. That's how lazy these crooks are. And these crooks sit up there in these city councils and laugh at you like assaulting you is funny. And I think people should walk in with toothpaste in their hand and read off the back to the mayor in your town and say, it says it's poison right here. Here's what this toxicologist says. Increases bone cancer 7 times. Here's BBC News. Here's Associated Press. You know, Mayor, if I tried to put some of this fluoride in your coffee, I could be arrested for trying to poison you, but you're poisoning us. Stop assaulting me. Stop attacking me. Just because you're wearing a suit and are on a raised dais, we could put a giant wheelbarrow of horse manure up on the dais. Does that mean it has an excuse to smile at me and laugh at me? John, Jackie, others, you're up next. But this article deals with the total and complete militarization of America and the fact that the government is openly announcing that it is going to engage in warfare against the American people. The headline is, the state has declared war on the American people. Please get it out to everyone you know. Here's another one. Leftist media resorts to conspiracy theories to sell Syria invasion. Just like they said Saddam threw babies out of incubators, it wasn't true. They're saying the same thing about the Syrian government. And I'm not saying Assad's a good guy, but it's clear war propaganda. Also, mortgage settlement is just another stealth bank bailout. It's all up there right now at Infowars.com. Now, I want to read this quote. I mentioned it in the first hour, dealing with the fact that it's traitors within that are dangerous. It's foreign interest, foreign corporations, and others that come in and infiltrate and take over your government that are the threat. And Roman senator and statesman and historian and philosopher Marcus Cicero said, the traitor appears not a traitor. He speaks in accents familiar to his victims, and he wears the face and their arguments. He appeals to the baseness that lies deep in the hearts of all men. He infects the body politic so that it can no longer resist. A murderer is less to fear. The traitor is the plague. And that's not the full quote. He talks about in the beginning of the quote that an enemy at your gate with a banner openly furled is not the enemy. It's those within who sneak around and creep around and manipulate. They are the threat. They are the problem. The tickets are now more than half sold at both venues. In Dallas coming up, not this Sunday, but next Sunday, the 19th, I'm going to speak and premiere a powerful 30-minute mini documentary that's going to be impressive. And I'll give an hour-and-a-half speech, 30-minute question and answer. So it'll be about a 2.5, 3-hour event. That Sunday evening. The next Sunday evening, I'm going to be in Orlando. And those tickets are going quick. Infowars.com/events. And undoubtedly, they're going to sell out. So if you want to get the tickets, I want to see you there. Come on out. I'm going to be there. And I'm going to go ahead and bring merchandise, too. I'll be there signing books and videos and stuff like that. I wasn't going to bring it, but folks have been requesting that. So I'll also come out before and after and shake hands and stuff. And I'm going to be doing my radio show, at least from the event in Florida. I'm not sure about Dallas yet. We're still tweaking all of that. But Infowars.com/events. And then, of course, also we're running a 15-day free trial to get the nightly news and all my films and everything else at prisonplanet.tv. You also get to watch the 3-hour radio show with all the videos and documents here, a whole other level of information when you're a prisonplanet.tv member, and your membership supports us. I want to thank all the members. I want to thank all of you for your support. We couldn't do it without you. We also, of course, have a special running that's going to end at the end of the month. Not only do we have the everything special, all 18 of my films for 70+% off, and a Citizen Rule book and bumper stickers for $99.95, normally $360. We're now adding Jason Bermas's film I produced that's amazing, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, free on top of it. So that comes out to like 75% or more off. So that's 19 films, DVDs, Citizen Rule book, and all the bumper stickers and the rest of it for $99.95, and I haven't even announced that special until now. And your purchase of the DVD supports our transmission, but then you got 19 films to give people and wake them up. I could have like 5 people on top of the folks that are looking at the email, trying to go through all of the information. I've had famous musicians, movie stars, when they finally get a hold of us, say, I've been emailing you for 2 years. I had my man, whether they're famous writers or movie stars or sports people, is it does give you an idea how many people are awake. I mean, if I was contacted by Kurt Vonnegut and he sent me some artwork he did and said, for you, Alex, and then just said, well, I don't want to come even really realize the power of celebrity consciously. I mean, I realize it, but I don't even try to follow those leads now or even try to get all the famous people on the show. Every week I get contacted by some famous person or I'm given their phone number, and I don't even tend to call them because then you got to call them and play phone tag, and then you get them on, and they tell you you're great. You tell them they're great, and a lot of times they just want you to know that they appreciate what you're doing. Hey, I love everybody, so there's really no need to even contact me. I mean, you know, I got it. I mean, I'm just, but the point about celebrities, manager try to get in touch with you for 6 months. You were hard to get a hold of. And I just can't think of how many lost opportunities of interesting people and folks we could have had on. And it's not that I don't care about celebrity. It's just that I'm so into my own research and what I'm doing that I don't